excellent performance last night, Scott. Well done. The rescheduling issue didn't seem to be a problem for you, but I was just wondering whether it will be a problem on Saturday. Chelsea have got an extra day for this game to prepare, and you, of course, invested so much last night, only a couple of days to prepare. What do you think?
Well, I think it's always a concern, but I think that's going to be a concern for large parts of the season, really, for not just for us, for a lot of teams. And of course, when you're a team like us and squad depth is probably not as big as some others, then maybe that be the case. But like I said last night, it was a big ask for the players. There's going to be another big ask now come Saturday, which is a quick turnaround, but one which we're prepared for. Physically, we're prepared for, and we'll give it another go and show our quality again, hopefully again.
It felt like the only thing you didn't get right last night was the goal celebration, because there's obviously some concern right now about the hugs, the kisses, the handshakes and the high fives, and the Premier League want to talk to the players and managers. I mean, how realistic is it for you and the guys to stop this kind of thing, do you think?
Well, look, it's definitely something which I think we all need to understand, and it's something which we probably need to, or where everyone's trying to address. These are habits from every young child that plays football. The one thing you want to do is score a goal, and what you've been used to doing is celebrating. And a new rule has just come in, as in it's literally just now that players are obviously reminded that can't take place. And I think we all understand the vision of that, and rightly so. I suppose it is going to take a little bit of time on that, because raw emotion and the habit, like I said. But look, constantly that message is being relayed to the players. Constantly that message will keep you reinforced. The Premier League are doing that as well with us. So I think there's no denying there is going to be some hiccups along the way, because you're taking something out of players what was, like I said, has been a habit for a long time. But we need to address it, and we'll keep fighting and keep trying to do that.
And the managers have got to play their part as well. Did Jose get too close to you last night, do you think?
Again, it is difficult. It's a tough one. So, and I think, look, we're all responsible. We all understand what needs to happen, or certainly are trying our hardest. We're in a working environment. Every manager I probably speak for here, every day you come in and you're constantly having to second thought things, and shall I do that? Can't do that. And sometimes there's been some slight hiccups. You may shake someone's hand, or you may embrace someone, and realise the spotlight's on us and eyes are on us, and also realise the seriousness of the situation and what the country faces. So we'll keep trying to do it the right way.
Just on the team news, Scott, is Mitrović going to be okay for Saturday? And what about Lamina and Kearney? I mean, are they injured, or have they actually got coronavirus issues?
Mitrović is possible to be there for the weekend. Train today lightly, see how he pulls through tomorrow. And then the other two boys, are just not available at the moment. We'll see where we are with them in the coming days. Tom's got a slight issue with his knee, that's where all them injury updates are, really.
A couple more, Scott. You're going to play Chelsea, unbeaten in 5, and you showed against Tottenham, how good you now are. I mean, you must be confident of doing something against Chelsea, given your recent form. Yeah,
look, I felt last night we played exceptionally well. I said that under tough circumstances from our point of view, but I thought in terms of the quality we showed and the quality we have shown over the last few games breeds a lot of confidence. And to go unbeaten in this division for a team like us over a sustained period of time now against some very good opposition shows how far we've come. No denying that the weekend's another massive task for us, and a big challenge, because Frank and Chelsea and the quality they possess, they can hurt you, and it's a tough game for us. So we'll need to bring the same qualities, we'll need to bring the same passion and everything else that comes with that, but also our qualities as well to cause them an upset and cause some problems.
And just finally on Ruben Loftus-Cheek, obviously he can't play in this one, but has he shown Chelsea what they're missing, do you think?
I thought he was exceptional last night. I thought he was top. A player that I think we all understand. I think everyone, certainly I do when I brought him into the football club, the quality he has, and not played a lot of football for some time. And I think, last night and over the last few weeks, seeing a player with not just massive potential, because I think that word's been surrounded with Ruben for some time, potential. I think you're seeing every bit of a top player and a Chelsea player, and that's something which is we're pleased to have him amongst us, really, and hopefully he keeps performing and keeps getting better.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers.
Cheers, John.
Jeremy, can we get to Premier League production for Mark Scott, please?
Hi, Scott. First of all, what has changed recently? I mean, over the last 6 games or so, with the way that you turned things around. Obviously, the season didn't start, but at the moment, you're really tough to beat. You've had some good results. What's the main thing that you think has changed within your team?
Well, yeah, look, I think we've changed tactically a little bit. Our shape has changed a little bit. We found work tirelessly in throughout the season and come up with something and drilled that and players look comfortable in that. But it's been work and it's been time, Mark, as well. This team came fourth last year in the Championship, had a really, really quick turnaround to get into this Premier League, and a lot of players players last year as well. First time playing in the Premier League, there ain't no magic wand. It's hard work on the training field. It's drilling the team. It's getting the messages across. It's a group of players wanting to work tirelessly hard to improve and get better. And you're probably seeing the rewards of that. And that ultimately, as much as all the good work and the hard work the players have put in, it's time. It's time, and obviously that's been the main driver. And of course, the quality, the way we play. I think we've been more dynamic. I think we look a real threat. I thought, in every aspect of our game, we've improved, and I think overall as a team, I think we tick a lot of boxes, and that's pleasing, really. Still loads of levels to go. Do I still think that we can improve a lot more? For sure, I do, and we need to maintain that really and keep pushing on.
How much satisfaction do you take personally as manager from turning things around like that, sticking to your guns, keeping your faith? Because obviously the Premier League is an unforgiving place, especially for a manager who doesn't have maybe as much experience as some of the others in the top division.
Not really. Satisfaction comes with results. Satisfaction comes from not proving other people any different. Satisfaction comes from seeing my team progress and seeing them do well. So yeah, of course, from that element, there's a large satisfaction. Pleased that the team have put themselves. I always see where the team were. I see where we needed to improve. I see where we needed to develop. I see where our flaws were, and I'm glad that I've got a group of players who also see that as well. And sometimes it's very easy to turn a page or rip the page up and start again or go on to something new. That's the world we live in, probably. But that wasn't the case. I think all of us here have tried to create something and tried to build something, stuck to what we believe in. And the players have really took on board that and moving in the right direction.
Looking at the table at the moment, people would have Chelsea down as strong favourites for the game, but given the sort of bit of momentum you've built up and then being in a bit of a sticky patch, it's not so clear cut. Is it a good time for you to be playing them?
Well, it's a good time for us to be playing any team, to be quite honest with you. I feel like that. I feel we're in a good place. I feel like confidence is high in the squad. I feel like there's a group of players here that are starting to feel their worth in this division, really. So, look, a tough game, like you said, and we're against an exceptionally good team in Chelsea and Frank's team. But in saying that, we're in a good place, and on Saturday we'll go and give them a game and hopefully try and get something out of it. We approach every game like that, and no matter what the challenge and the task we face, it's always one which we're looking to try and put our stamp on the game and try and get something out of.
But Frank himself has said that Chelsea are in a bit of a tough place at the moment, so I guess that means there are weaknesses that you can exploit if they are going through a bit of a sticky patch, in his own word.
Well, of course, yeah. You know, like anything, and same with probably Spurs a little bit. It's on a run and a patch of games, like all teams will be out throughout this year. We'll certainly hit that patch, no doubt. At some point, we hit it early on, and we'll come across that in the way the league is this year and the situations it is. That's exactly how it is. I think firstly, no matter what, I do know is that if we approach this game like we have approached games, and we show our quality like we've shown it, then I think we can give anyone a good run and a good game. So hoping that will be the case on Saturday.
And just finally for me, looking at the table as a whole, I know Brighton's coming up in a few games' time, but you close the gap on them, you've got a few games in hand on them. Some people are writing Fulham off as relegation certainties earlier on in the season. Almost at the halfway stage, you could be out of it in a couple of weeks' time.
Could be. I mean, I didn't probably take much notice of the stuff what was being said at the start, and I'm probably not there now at the moment. I don't really take too much focus in the league table. For me, it's about progression. It's about a squad keeping to move forward. It's about developing a team here that I know can win football matches, and if we can do that, I know that we'll be okay. I've said many a time throughout this year, this season, what will drown us is the what if thinking. Is what if this? What if we don't win that? Are we going to get to this point? Where are we sitting in the league? And we need to eradicate all that, really, because we need to go, and it's a constant driver from me, just a clear focus of improving, a clear focus of getting better as individually and as a team. And if that's our main focus, I feel that we'll be on the right path, and we'll see at the end of the season, or 5 games to go, or 3 games to go, or 10 games to go, whenever that time may be, that then you start looking at between now and then. Let's just have this focus, which is to improve and get better.
Thanks, Scott.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. We'll finish the broadcast section with James Sabunja of TalkSport, please.
Hi, Scott. How's it going?
Hi, James. All good, thank you.
Scott, when you look at the side that you picked yesterday, only 3 of those players were actually here last season, but the team spirit seems to be pretty impressive, and you saw that last night. I just wondered, how have you been able to create that? Because you've not been able to do the team bonding sessions of old, and things have been very different with all the protocols that are in place.
Well, I think that probably just comes with the environment set from last year, and the culture and the environment which you set at a football club makes it very easy that players are when new players come into it, they quickly understand and they quickly feel very comfortable in the surroundings, and they can pick up exactly where it is. So of course, for me, the most important thing at any football club and the main driver is exactly that, a culture, because that gives you that's one of your core foundations, that gives you a chance to build good teams and strong teams. So as much as it's been difficult, like you said, because you can't interact as closely as you want. Team meetings are 2 or 3 meetings with only groups of 7 or 6 players. So of course that's been difficult, but you fall back on to exactly what I'm talking about, things that have not changed. So players what have been here last year and understand the standards, understand which is expected of them, then players helping new players come in and relaying that message to them and fitting into that, really. So that's helped.
And despite the fact that you are still 18th in the table, I guess the run of results and performances that you've had, I mean, the atmosphere around the club isn't what you'd expect from a team in that position in the ladder.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And we are where we are this year. I've said it many times. We will be in and around this position for probably the majority of the year. I said that at the start of the season, before any ball was kicked, and we need to be comfortable with that. We need to be very, very comfortable being in and around where we are, and not let that drown us down, or certainly not let that affect our mindset or our ability to keep wanting to get better and keep wanting to improve. I've been involved in relegation teams, and you often find you get to a point 15 games in and you're sitting second for bottom of the league. You don't want to look at the league table, and you don't want that thought of, if we lose this game, if we don't lose that, is all what if moments, and we need to stay single-minded, a single focus, really. So it's a good buzz around the place. We're moving in the right direction, and that breeds confidence and gives us confidence, and we need to maintain that, really.
And just finally from me, you played alongside Frank Lampard with Chelsea and with England. I was wondering if there's anything you saw in him then as a player that made you think he'd go on to be a Premier League manager?
Or a work ethic and a determination. Frank, massive respect for Frank as a footballer and the player he was, and I was privileged enough to play with him. But probably more respect for a guy what had unbelievable work ethic, drove every day in terms of his craft and wanted to get better, and a single-mindedness about him that got him the career he got. So with them foundations and them sort of abilities, I always knew that if that was a thing he wanted to go into in terms of management, that he'd be successful, because with them values, then you've always got a chance, really. So it doesn't surprise me that he goes to Derby and he does well, and then obviously gets a Chelsea job under tight restrictions last year in terms of what they had to go through, and done an incredible job, really. So and the same this year, really. So yeah, that didn't surprise me whatsoever.